Well, it was something I put on the board. You know, they're long, they're talented, they're athletic. You know, without Dean, it gives them a definite advantage with size and athleticism. But we talked about, you know, doing it as a group, you know, fighting for rebounds, and they won the boards, but I thought we handled ourselves pretty good on the boards. You know, guys 5, 9, 7, 5, 2, 2, 2, 2. So everybody kind of chipped in there. Xavier's been big time since Dean went out. Last few games, 14 the other night, 9 tonight. And then we talked about a special defensive effort and frustrate them, and we were able to do that. You know, I looked up, I think they only had 24 points. Maybe I'm wrong, after 30 minutes, and one didn't get a field goal till I think 11 minutes in the second half. So, and that's a team that just went. They're averaging 80, just scored 80 against Arizona State, who's supposedly a top 20 team. So it was, you know, great lock-in defense by our guys. Our coaches do a great job preparing. You know, Mac doesn't get as much credit as he deserves probably, but he's guarded some pretty good big guys, and this one obviously is really good and probably an NBA player down the road. And you know, I thought Mac not only scored 15, but he also did a great job with on the defensive end, and obviously Barry getting the steal record. You know, you talk about coming to a place and leaving a legacy with hopefully wins, but you know, individual accomplishments are something special. And he's, you know, Jake was a special player at K-State, and you know, Barry's not only broke the record, but he's, you know, probably gonna shatter it with, you know, hopefully 20 some games left. You know, it's pretty impressive what he's done. And I still remember when he's a freshman, I asked at one of the team meetings who's gonna be our lockdown defender, and he raised his hand. And I said, "Not you. Who is going to be our lockdown defender?" And he just said, "Me." And he has, since he's got here. He's taken a lot of pride in that.
It's kind of like 4 guards out there now, and so it's kind of easier for us to switch, and just keep a body on the body. I mean, with Dean's out there. He's an experienced guy, big, athletic, and block shots. Has been in a program for a while, so he knows the system and where to be at all times. But knowing that he's out, we just got to keep flying around. I think we did a great job, especially the first few possessions of the first half, just flying around, making them take tough shots. Oh, it's great, man. You know, like he said, I wanted to come here and leave a legacy somehow, some way. Definitely with wins, and then also individual accomplishments. And I mean, I just credit my coaches and my teammates, my coaches especially, just for just putting me in the right position, making me understand principles and defensive schemes and taking stuff away. And so, with all that being put in over time, I was able to accomplish it.
Mac, Coach mentioned you guarded some good guys tonight. What kind of battle was it for you tonight on the inside?
Just knowing the scouting report, knowing what he does well, and just trying to be focused on, you know, just being there on, just playing hard defense. Just really just focusing on what he does well, play to his strengths, and just knows what just be in the right spots on defense.
The last time you played here, I think you scored 29 points.
Sheesh.
Something about the Sprint Center. I mean, tonight you had a season high.
Yeah, one of the coaches, Shane Southwell, said something about that, and I don't know what it is. I like to do other places, man. But yeah.
Was it a good time to have this performance for you tonight?
What was that?
Was it a good time for you to have this kind of performance?
Yeah, definitely. You know, yeah, it was a great time. You know, being there for my teammates and being able to do a little more on offense to help them out.
Making the 3.
Yeah, making the 3.
100%.
Tell us about the baseline move, putting the ball on the floor and going up for the left-handed dunk. What did you see there? Was there an opening?
I just see my defender leave, and I just, you know, the basket was wide open. I just took it. I had nothing else in my mind. Just go up and finish the dunk.
Coach, have you seen those kind of efforts from Mac in practice, doing those kind of moves?
Yeah, you know, the other day I did a little fun thing with them, and you know what I wish for them for Christmas, and his thing is consistency. Mac, you know, last year I think it was TCU had the lefty dunk on the run, right? Was it, or one of the games where somebody hit him in transition and had unbelievable dunk. And I mean, he can do that. He'd rather shoot it with, ironically, he's righty, but he'd rather make that layup with his left hand. But I just happy. It was Georgia State. We talked about him playing 28 minutes and being plus 33 and not scoring. Tonight he scored and defended. So I would think his plus minus was pretty good. I didn't get to see it yet, but his is consistency. I think that's the big thing, and moving forward with him and our whole team, we got to become more consistent.
Was there a sense of urgency playing this game and making the kind of statement against a team like Vanderbilt, given that against Southern Miss you guys had that close win and some people were like, uh-oh, without any way, this team could be kind of floundering?
For me? I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't even listening. I thought it was for you, Coach.
Oh, so just like when I tell him things, he doesn't listen either. So, but no, I hope there was a sense of urgency. I know for us there was as a staff. Obviously, it's a big game. I don't know if we had a little hangover from the dean being out. I don't know if we thought, we did this last year. It's not a big deal. We're going to come back and, we'll play well. I don't think they knew how good Southern Miss was. Southern Miss has a good coach, a veteran coach. They're tough. They scheme. They switch everything, and we didn't do a good job at reacting. And finally, second half, Cam got going. So you get that win under your belt, and really 2 days, quick days to prepare for this, and our guys locked in. We really did nothing on Thursday except talk about them, talk about what we did in the game before and how to get better. And but the guys they showed a lot of pride tonight, and hopefully a sense of urgency.
Vanderbilt's coach was just talking about how with Xavier at the 4, it kind of spreads you guys out on defense because he's quicker, can still shoot the 3. Tonight he's matched up against the guy who's 4 inches taller than him. Still plays pretty well on defense. How do you feel like Xavier at the 4 affects you guys on defense and how you guys play to the defensive end?
I mean, it's just like you just said. He's a quicker guard. I mean, he's big enough to guard guys that are a little bit taller than him, and so I mean, having him on the floor allows for easier switches, like-on-like switches, or I mean, just switches in general, pin downs, ball screens, whatever it is. It's just another guard kind of that's active, that plays defense, and can be there just for our team, for each other.
Just 4 second chance points. How important is that for just holding the one and done possessions on offense?
It was good, man. It's something we talked about. They're a big team, especially on paper, and so we really wanted to, just limit their second chance points. I'm not sure how many other guys average a good amount of offensive rebounds, but still, we just wanted to block out. We knew coming into this game we're going to be kind of smaller than them, coming from every position, and so we knew it was important to block out. And like he said, X has been doing a great job getting those rebounds with 9 today and 14 last game.
Mike, as soon as you got in the arena today, did any of the memories from the last time you were here all come kind of flooding back? And like, hey, a couple of games here is a big deal turn last year.
Not really. I didn't even think too much about last time I was here. I was focused on this game. That was it. Until I think Shane said something about it, and yeah. But even then, I didn't think too much about it.
In that regard, Bruce, are you a believer in the kind of thing that if you come back to a place you've had success, that maybe can lead to good things?
To be honest, no. I don't have any superstitions. Yeah. It's just come and play. Your preparation, your consistency, what you do in practice. That's what it's about. It would be nice to get, on the other night against Southern Miss, Matt couldn't catch the ball, and to be honest, right?
That's right.
I mean, it's the truth. So, tonight did a much better job, much more focused, and I put the onus on the older guys. You got to help get everybody prepared and have the right mindset. And I thought we had a good mindset tonight to go and battle. It wasn't the prettiest thing, but we grinded it out and beat a good team, held them 22 under their average, and they got most of them the last 4 or 5 minutes. Most of their points were there. So you got to feel good about what we did. But a lot of games to go, and you got to move forward. They get 3 days off. These guys, most of our guys from all over the place, they don't get to go home very much, so they well-deserved 3 days. Hopefully all the flights will go well, and then we got to make sure they come back too.
Mac, it's got to feel pretty good to know that your teammates and your coach have confidence in you
give you the green light to go make a play?
It's a good feeling knowing Dean's out. He's a good scorer for us. You know, all stats really. And him out, coach talked about we need to be more exact and stuff, and we need people to step up. And I think that's something I did today, and some of our other teammates did. And I'm happy I did that.
Makol, you feel like you brought better energy tonight than you did against Georgia State?
I definitely did. I was just more vocal today, maybe.
How positive was it to see that from Austin?
You know, and Austin struggled, and we've tried to get him to understand, even the players, that it's good to have fun and be energized and kind of a silly guy, but it comes to college basketball, you got to be prepared, and you got to, and some of it, somebody asked me the other night why he's not playing, but some of it's his preparation, some of it's making layups, some of it's, making free throws. You can't, if you're not going to make the layups and not make free throws and not be prepared defensively, it's going to be hard to play you. But, tonight they were bigger, so that allowed him to use his quickness, athleticism. It was great. He was all happy in there. He just said, Coach, I made layups. So, that's, he definitely helped us. There's no doubt. We subbed him in. Mac had 4, I think. And originally I put Levi in. You give credit to them. They did the Shack attack, whatever, fouled them and hack-a-shack. And so, hopefully, he can get better at it, and we'll have to be smarter about, we couldn't get him out because he kept missing. And then finally they did we told him to run to the corner, because if you run to the corner, supposedly if they grab you, it's a flagrant foul, which happened.
Realization with Wade out for maybe an extended period of time, that you have to be one of the guys to step up on the front line and provide scoring and rebounding. I mean, is this a step of what you want to do throughout the rest of the season?
Oh yeah, definitely. I gotta start working better. I mean, just keep this rolling. I guess even with Dean back, I guess I gotta step up on rebounding a little bit and keep scoring inside. Just keep improving, really.
On that note, Barry, how encouraging is it that you guys holding to 58 points without getting this on defense on 58?
It was good, man. We're a good defensive team. I think we've shown that not only in years past, but even this year. Like I said earlier, we kind of got 4 guards out there, so it's easier especially from my perspective, my position, it's easier for me to switch and talk and fly around and stuff like that. And so, I mean, I don't know. I think it's just something we all pride ourselves on. We got a good scouting report from Coach Lowry, and we paid attention to it and executed out there.
Chris, what kind of collective effort are you looking for to atone for
Well, there's, as Max said before, he's in every stat category, either 1 or 2, including play hard, and he's a really good defender. As I think Barry alluded to that before, and knows the system, knows when to post trap, knows when to do different things. So it's got to be a little bit of everybody. And tonight that's what Mike McGurl gets a big layup, a little pull up. We're dying in the second half, and down the stretch, and Mike hits that little flash in the lane jump shot, gets a couple rebounds and assists. Cartier gave us more. Mac gave us a little more. It's just Austin obviously made a big difference. So it's a little bit from everybody. Got to continue getting better.
And you got some minutes from Xavier at 5.
Yeah, well, at the end we just switched everything, and it's just we knew we didn't do a good job really on Lee at the end, but we just said we're switching all 5, trying to keep it in front. Obviously they got downhill, and if you look at the stats, 31 field goal, 28 threes, other than fouling at the end, that was probably the difference that gave them a little bit of a chance.
We know how much you guys struggled rebounding last year, and of course you lost Wade, who was your leading rebounder, but
Yeah.
3 out of the last 4 games that Xavier's grabbed 9 or more.
Yeah, and we've been on him about it, even especially offensively. I think he was like 8 games. He only had 2. So the last few, he's got a couple of those extra possessions make a big deal. And I think I mentioned to you the other day, one of the press conferences, some stat where the #1 holding team's offensive rebounding, which I'm not sure how the heck they figured out, but it means hopefully it means we've made improvement from a year ago, which is crucial for us to move forward and have a chance, especially get into the league.
Have you seen him specifically take ownership of that area with Dean out?
Yeah, I hope Mac does too. I kind of heard Mac whisper that he needs to rebound more, so that would be nice. Tonight he got 5. Xavier getting those. I told Cardi, actually at half court today I said we need you to get 5-6 rebounds. You got to help us. You got to come in there. And he's so athletic. Barry gets a few. All those. I call it gang rebounding tonight. We had to come in. Everybody. We couldn't have 1 or 2 stand there and try to rebound. We weren't getting them.
Anything else for these guys?
Yeah, Barry, one final one on Mac. I apologize. But Makol, going forward, what do you envision, being the man, and when you see him down low, what does he need to be able to give you now?
I mean, just give us everything he's been giving us. On offense, I mean, just get it inside, and I mean, he's a good post threat. I mean, he can face up and rip. He can shoot the face up shot. He can also, I mean, big enough, strong enough to back a guy down and shoot the lefty righty hook. He got good touch, and so, I mean, I'm not looking for him to do anything outside of his self. I'm just looking for him to, like Coach said, be consistent with his play. Like tonight should be a regular thing for him. 15 points, or maybe a couple more rebounds, because I taught him, But 15 points, and I mean, just playing hard. Like he said, he's more vocal on defense, especially blocking shots, being in the gaps, being in the right spot. Yeah, I mean, that's Mac. I hope he just continues to do what he's been doing.